This is a CheetahWrap technical tip video on how to best remove a CheetahWrap quickly and efficiently. The first step is an easy one. Make sure the vehicle is at a good temperature, 70 degrees or above. Next, choose the right heat source. It's highly recommended not to use a propane torch. The reason why is there's a chance to burn the wrap or the vehicle itself, and also it can cause the material to come off in tiny pieces, which is very frustrating, and it can take a lot of time. The recommended heat source to use is a heat gun. Try to use a high quality heat gun with a long cord protective tip, because you'll be using it for a long time and that tip does get hot. And then, once the heat gun is on the highest setting, warm an area on the section you want to remove, roughly 1 foot by 1 foot. Wave the heat gun in circular motions to make sure the heat is spread evenly. Then pick up a piece, and it's recommended to pull away from the area you're working towards. This will help ensure that all the adhesive comes up with the wrap. Then once you start one section, it's recommended that you start on the edges. Be sure to add heat before you pull, otherwise the material will tear. So heat a section in this case because it's long and thin, roughly 2 feet long. Then always pull up and away so the material comes off the edge cleanly and in one piece. So once the section starts to become tough to pull off, heat it again, then continue. It's recommended to pull one side of the section completely off that you're working on, then start to work on the main panel itself. Heat a large area, then pull up and away. If you pull up and away, it also helps the material come off in one piece. Work in stages and be patient during this process. But if the workspace temperature is good and you heat evenly, this process will actually go very quickly. When removing the material from large panels like this, it's best to loosen the film from 3 edges, then pull towards one side. In this case, the left and the right and the top, and then pull towards the front. So here at the top, just like on the side, the material is being heated, pulled up and away from the edge so the material comes off in one piece. Then once the halfway point has been met in terms of pulling off the edge, the material can be heated and pulled at the same time to speed up the process. Yet note that the farther you get into one section, like the middle of the hood, there's a chance that the heat gun faces down as you pull the material away. The high heat can cause the material to split. So always make sure you keep the heat gun at a 45-degree angle. Another heat source that is very safe and effective is steam. So make sure the steamer reaches maximum temperature and pressure. Roll the material up so it's easy to grab, and you can either add steam on the top of the film, or if the material is already in motion in terms of lifting off the surface, you can actually steam the underside, which safely softens the film, and there's no chance of burning it because steam only reaches a maximum set temperature, roughly around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can either choose steam or heat gun, but the process is the same for both. Now because you'll be removing an entire full wrap sometimes, be sure to pull clean and smart. So here use 4 fingers, don't pull or grip, let the whole finger grab the material and pull away. This will safely protect fingertips from getting worn down. So now that the top is done, the focus is on the side, so heat, pull up and away. Then once all the sides are done, now heat can be applied to the main middle area, and you can see now that all the sides are done, how fast the middle section goes. And note that if you do this process correctly, the entire hood, in this case, will come off in one piece as opposed to hundreds of tiny pieces. That's the name of the game. And note that if the wrap is taken off within warranty, there should be little to no adhesive residue left behind. If there happens to be some minor adhesive residue left on the surface, a good tip is to use soap and water and a clay bar towel. In most cases, this will remove it. If it doesn't, be sure to use an adhesive remover, and these can be found at fellers.com. The final step is to wipe the paint down, and as you can see, it's in perfect condition, which means it's ready for another CheetahWrap. And that concludes this CheetahWrap technical tip video on how to best remove a CheetahWrap. To watch more videos and to purchase CheetahWrap material and tools, be sure to go to CheetahWrap.com today.